Se chama mwakwaba.
Majors na mohot say.
Nyako padaro ma bia boko. Is oba Kessben achu.
Enya sem.
Because ye ba hanum na obema yakwaba bi. If you all ma hanum bi.
No crebe ni nyina unze adwuma na de eti no. Na sometimes depend on nyema ekoso ne.
Yeah.
Sibia nema ne site. Nye bibia na sebi. Ohu abeka ho asem. Sometimes na issues are yankofo ni bibetumi discuss ya na o say omo so no na yentumi trans afebo until you need to give opportunity for others also to learn on your feet and all that and no can in addition to other things
na quickly o buy ni di nkomo ye ni lawyer Bidema a law lecturer at CAF University. And we say utie be kakra. I'm now a demonstration I say, and we have seen a lot of videos. I koswa. No when near brain now church no memu dia. We will ask you some questions about the demonstration and say be now all can near dia. Kache, why do we have to demonstrate against the president, whereby the president has gone through the legal process to remove the Chief Justice? What were you demonstrating against?
You medase. Demonstration by any, whether an individual or entity or organization, can be political, can be any entity, rights of those individuals. They can even say abane there or juma abane dino omone jehunti na omo demonstrate. Ometu aka say omone jehunti na omo demonstrate. Ombetumi aka say ko omone hwe kra ye na omo demonstrate. So as for demonstration there nobody has the right to say denti na uko demonstration. And it is not up to anybody to determine whether the issues being raised are right or wrong. They can raise the issues that are wrong and demonstrate about it.
Yes.
No, okay. You know, me Hannah, a friend say, organized labor, so I'm demonstrating against government and asking government to declare state of emergency almost 2 weeks to elections. It is their right. Bojo muyepa abaya oko election. Now organized labor say on declare state of emergency on Galamsey. They are buying it here. What's the motive behind it? But hey, that's what they decided to do, and nobody after that they have the right to do so. In the demonstration now, and with that background, nobody can question whether or not the demonstrators have right or wrong. Nobody can question whether he has some beko. Want to be uncle be at an OV. What damage there no? Makane answer no. Now for me ba the content of the demonstration. Demonstration no may be divided into two.
No problem.
First one Chief Justice Asema King, which I'll come there. And termination bebrebe koso. My main termination in few on term. We are now focus now say it is only the Chief Justice Nasem. Until ne ka say kra one can no. But no ye yin call for more than 10,000 a day between 7 January to date, which touches the individual or more livelihood. I great. And this one, I think that there's a need for you to have a conversation with the Public Service Commission. By the Constitution, say appoint you obi to public service, particularly head Director General, DJ, and all those places now. Now say occur through Public Service Commission. In addition to green paper, there's someone a white paper, and a public servant. And his change as a public servant must not depend on the existence of one government or the other. And nothing about Kaya 2017. One chief executive be try case in court, and the court rules say aban ni who kwan sources and as chief executive.
Yeah, I remember.
They also think aban here and it's either over transfer no. But there are as part of conditions of service and so there are other means you to me this because for instance, and I say and I tell people, say, look, aban na appoint you. Even the same aban na between I say what disappoint you. Sometimes it is done on a very flimsy and no explanation is given, which is also wrong. Because we are employee, you know, who to make sure my buying your condition within 2 months, you know, ujaya, utume jai. Then I buy no employee there or no person or UAD or to me UAD, but with some conditions. But in this case, nothing. Hey, I point. Says a wow, no cry no. Young can't just say you a depot, but any appoint to be the number. And a processor. Me was eager. You're 2 about the 7th. By 10th, I mean, say, NDC winning. No, my friend, my driver, master, car on the mine, no, share, no putting in order. The following day, fuck off. Or the coin, not the over receiver manner. Receipt say we receive cash say it's in good condition on you know the baby. The following day not the coin. Ti me man sa January ni man immediately am the coin.
But chairman say a appointment ni be a political appointment.
Yeah.
So political appointment you know say aban for ba are you saying that they cannot make any change?
A political appointment you know e wo mu mie no. Yeah wo omo no president you know appointee omo call. Maybe it is a chief of staff, appointees in the
ministers,
Jubilee House, ministers. Almost there autonomous to the term of office of the president. It's almost there, but appointee what abiding more go through public service, you know, through interview in your man there, and yeah. Almost term of office and end with the president, and that has been determined by the Supreme Court.
So you say no, you could have stayed.
Me say no, if I wanted to stay here, can I go through Public Service Commission? Now Public Service Commission, I'm a white paper no. Then if I wanted to stay, I will stay. But what the government will do, will also look at the terminating clause of my appointment. Now one mommy, maybe 2 months, 3 months, say because me am a bank say for one reason or the other, or person sound or to be sound. But there are conditions that are laid down by the Public Service Commission in Mrano, and they've kept so quiet. They've kept so quiet on it.
I see.
Maybe they also want to protect their positions because they are still there. You understand? Because you get people to come before you. Me, I decided not to go because me say Abino and people we near Siga how men call. Say NDC we near men call. Why do I waste my time and go for?
Because when who call GTA I say GTA no Ghana Tourism Authority. There's a chief executive there, and you were the 2 deputies. The 2 deputies were not political appointed. Said the say Mr. Kwesi Ajima. On there, he was appointed by the president, but the two deputies, were public workers. Are more rising to become the deputy. But Yasako appointed another.
They're say. Just our share regulations set it up or act
GTA no.
Say up GTA no. So regulation no much say president appointed chief executive and in the 2 deputies it doesn't matter whether you rose through the rank. Who rises through the rank I will do directorship. But to be appointed as deputy chief executive, if that's what their regulation says, you must be appointed by the president. Even though they were workers there or they've risen through the ranks, they had the appointed. It's a Siga, for instance, a deputy that is almost a general manager for operations. He's been working there. He used to be corporate affairs manager. He used to be this, used to be that, and all that. And I appointed, as general manager operations. General manager is equivalent to a deputy director general operations. But Aban president in our appointing no go through public service commission requirement interview and all that. And no, he becomes, or even though appointment from the president, he become a permanent civil service person. A buying for bar any so But this one, they remove all of them, just as you are giving an example. But no for me, any problem. And no. So we say we doing court circle and castle through is. Let me tell you.
Uncle La Paz now.
Oh, now, coffee for my was the Miss through is as anything. You understand? Who decided to up say who cut through that appointment to that level? And no many problem with home. Even if say and use the right procedure. I'm saying you cry. I mean, said that any problem, Papa be our own. But where a cut down, if you are director of finance, HR, almost HR personnel in most of these SOEs, has been removed. A cut down to messengers and drivers.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair. Because we are sad. That's why the last time I granted an interview with one of your radios, I say, oh, okay, so say now, there. So this is your Council of States, chiefs, religious organizations, CSO. So be I you go for over 10,000. Until young fan say, son, a penno. This year, as our buying be bar, irrespective of whatever condition. Any terms of your employment, just because you are appointed between the time I buy and buy, yet to me you are. So sanity there, then we should take it as such. Next idea to be our MPB Besaba.
The Council of State, these hours are not be
Council of State, I'm saying idea behind Council of State, we've been able and managed to bastardize it. Say, share composition of the Council of State. And I was say, ufa any regional assembly say, oh, no. So if we do honorable, say now you need a chief executive for her. The coordinating director, no. Now, I was almost electing
from the district.
From the district. This is not done. Where it is even done, the political authority at that time are able to remove certain people from the list. It happened in Ashanti region. It happened in Ashanti region. It is election, I was say assemblies, representing us as a people. It will be elected citizens from the region to represent the region, politically, and koso. Because you see, the constitution said that in addition to that election of that 16, Abayanso appointed 16.
Yeah.
It is Abayan appointed 16. 16 now, it is expected to come from the people. The person can be MPP, can be NDC, and also it's removed. It's hijacked. Look at what happened in Kumasi. Look at what happened in Kumasi. That the police was sitting down or standing down and got this to happen. Tax from the NDC disrupted the process. There was security. You see, all these pointers are here, pointers are creating some challenges in the future. You know why? Because from what is happening and the fact that you have to about December 7th, now one constituency, Ablekuma North.
Yeah.
The previous IGP and the current IGP has refused to provide security for the Electoral Commission to declare one constituency. Polling stations are where You remember that the NDC went and bent the Electoral Commission on office or allege anything. MPP ni ben mama enya sa.
Baba chairman.
Me say MPP ben ya ye nim say ye win seat no. Na ye MPP yakwahye o.
Baba say chairman ye danya ne ye ne yakwakwahye.
We danya ne.
Na investigations are by police for investigation e kodi na no. Obi am be kan che ye say. Certain people be na akwakwahye.
Police investigation whatever.
Oba say
we
had an interviews here.
They say Frere police commander, either IGP, PE or whoever. Some of your investigation, whatever. Your investigation, whatever. So can people in a coin and get your investigation
How do you determine MPP in a win here? Meanwhile, there's no declaration.
No declaration. No. Why do we have polling agents at the polling stations? Why do we insist by the CI say a two about we are pasty the pink sheets on an open area at the polling station? Our citizen be wet. Are we serious about the process?
Can collect and do his own tabulation out there.
Agents no MPP agents be and your NDC agents. There are other agents. Representing political parties and individual independent candidates. I mean, Gini say we x raised to the power 3 plus xy raised to the power 2 plus sy plus 1 plus 2 equal to 0 equation here. A simple arithmetic. I am saying, say can get MPP na win here, get kind of get quality da.
You declare that.
You declare that. So for us to sit down, now I was building a point. Say 5 months after elections, now Electoral Commission akase oma ye krado per security protection to declare just one constituency. President into him be that non can once them, not even once.
And we are depriving the people of
Ablekuma
North
representation. President, strangely enough, President, why assembly member? Why a member of parliament? Where the deputy minister? Where the minister? Where the vice president? Who the president? Who president now? Who the nekra? Where the mienu dada? Who me and Sansoni? Be ba in it 4th one or so. So as we discuss, he has strangely enough not passed any comments of a constituency ayato abewe. Electoral Commission on crap polling station results ni nyina nko nka say ye man police protection now on find declare results.
But can't we also say because of the tension or the magnitude of the tension?
What tension?
Ebia ye twentwen so kakrama tension e ba for ma ye betimi
what tension? Ye to aba 7 December. Tension mo baby
yeah.
Until say you create tension. As a basis for not acting, then we'll create tension in all the 276 constituencies in 2028, so that there wouldn't be any declaration, not only by parliamentary candidates, the presidency as well. Kessben. Say by 6 December, there's a vacuum. You have a president in Siswa. There's no president.
Yeah.
And you can imagine the chaos that this country can be thrown into. Okay. So, the core, say you'll be shining very in a narrow area. So they will discuss here, Papa say we are jumping the gun now. Very narrow, very very narrow. Because say. Election yet to aba na ebimu betumi organize tax to prevent the declaration of the election. Na there na ochire no ntumi nkochere o. There will be total chaos in this country. Total chaos. And I can tell you, me, John Boadu, with the work that I have done over the years, there's no way say me wo ho na ya to aba. I will not provide protection for my party people who are voluntarily working for this party at the polling station, at the collation center, both at the district, region, and national. Because one yes, I na leader na as saying, you are putting the lives of our people in danger. That's why when I became the national organizer of the party, taking a cue from what has happened over the years, polling station, na pamonko for unknown polling stations. Say, look, me with my background, it will be unconscionable. Say me as national organizer of the party, never to a now within 48 hours. Me and Kasa as a party, me doing quality results. It will never happen. And if there's a problem, I hear Kokota. We go there with our reports, our collected results from our pink sheets. Pink sheet those times was around 37,000. That I cannot assemble people. 37,000 that can do simple arithmetic for me. That can collect the pink sheets for me. At the constituency level, at the regional level, and at the national level. That's not as anything. To get that done is to provide enough security. We are dealing with NDC. John Mama will tell you that when it comes to violence, there's no party in Ghana that can unleash more violence than they are. And if you are going to an election with such people, you must prepare and train as far back as the year 2000. As part of our arrangement, it's na 20 years time, 10 years na perform sir. You ask yourself, say, why? As far back as 2000. Knowing what happened in 1992 and 1996. In addition to our structures towards election, our polling agents my backup. Be a friend, a supporting group at each and every polling station to protect the agents from onslaughts and attacks of our opponents. Okay. And it worked perfectly. You see, so say we sisi na yente ho hwe obia yedin one constituency you declare for 5 months your council of state, your council of then, your national then, your peace council, your whatever. Na obia yedin. Yes, what it means say ebedu 2028 no. Just as some of us are not part of this process. Okay. Because you see, nkonforma and omo volunteer say omo be ye juma ama party no. You must provide protection. Okay. For to abanso no, their votes must count. Yes. We'll talk about going for the party and say, but quickly my main touch now what demonstration I say, and I'm told say the minority leader Honorable Alexander Fenomakin police are inviting so on by assisting a investigation be busy now what actually happened. Frankly who's there a court Supreme Court now if you are parliament you be do parliament man go inside. It said they may call your friend is saying you do Jubilee House me call inside. We man ko inside am nko fo 18 come out. Frankly, me can say me to me, I'm a honest assessment of what happened. Just said the amount say or no aka. Now police and so say my share footage is being, they are inviting. If they are inviting him, I don't think that it is out of place.
Yeah.
He can be invited. But this kind of invitation, invite na obekona chichen and asking and say detain and all that. That's what we will rise up against. Okay. But now, if it is a normal invitation, he has access to his lawyers, even though he's a lawyer himself. Nobody has a problem. Indeed, frankly, because I made to me, I can't know na meboa.
Okay. Your friend say all this while, me nebiana missing me nyawa. Maybe say this question because normally we jina baby you talk about President Mahama. You see, our kasa ikwa kana say what now mama yasha want me provide this security for us to declare one constituency, deprive public man not for representation. Tell us, do you suspect President Mahama say removing of Chief Justice no normal ekosudina they said enkofo kabino say o suspect say President Mahama engineer ne tetem
answer na meba eno so no apart from President Mahama's own character and behavior no he is a president coming is a product of a political party into the history of that political party and it's must be put in perspective and say to me whether or per se or engineer in the term or not. You see, this is NDC. NDC is coming out of PNDC. PNDC over the years any problems with the Ghana Bar Association and the judiciary as a whole. And even though we always say obi even yaku dita judiciary ni ye baby a yen tan touch papa. Until you can see from coup d'etat in 1966, 71, 75 and all that judiciary ni there because that's our last hope as citizens of the country. Do share the see judges miensa and one ex-military officer yetumechi omo under curfew yetumi koku omo nyanyame ene man suo to dana nka besi nne no yeso mayira omo ye investigation ene ma no it pointed to government of the day involvement. At least major PNDC member baako America.
Up to na so ne hunu baby of 5 years.
O to me then o to me rise.
Yente ne ka.
O yente ne ka say.
Aduma akonya me chemu na ya to omo kan de ba one de yente ne ka.
E ka ho. Na o tracy ngoma yeku omo ya usha na omo di asem bi e affect June 4th rain no usha oba no there was an issue justice granting nursing mother and I say akramati say man be granting wa resign kra as judicial secretary also. I'm told say neba. You know. Ushe captain na ex-military officer na. Na chese amate kwe nya problem because na ex-military officer na human resource manager wa Giok. Na amate kwe mo demonstration omo ko nom parliament 40 de ne sanse no. Man jina ne na asu yi ne di no enti na omo de ne ka Nanka judges assemble there. So you realize no matter how you rationalize it, no matter how you try and hide this thing, a idea, a dark spot for the PNDC. Utresi eba, okay, 2009 NDC sambaye. They wanted to charge people on trump up charges. A court now. Now the get said the just attorney general. A court now fast and papa be anko. Well muaba power. We say set it up Ghana at 50 committee as a commission. As part of the terms of reference, what role are CSL? Obi obe appear before that commission, and some of the canon name of cannot be used against the person in the proper court of jurisdiction or courts. Yeah. Cannot. We don't go for Baha. In some of the can or no account boom say, oh, the other courts. Clearly, no judge worth his or her sort who entertains such a thing. They started having problems with the court. And no man, chairman, national chairman then. And I'm surprised about this man you spoke with. Saying, if you want to contribute to public discourse, don't be biased. Yes, I'm a friend. We saw here public discussion about BBI Koso. Declare support to NDC. So I then go for what ben with the omoka no they won't take. Now won't take no there who say here demonstration. Won't take no we are there who say here demonstration. And then the national chairman of the NDC clearly frustrated because omo campaign also ombe jelly MP before omo we said the course ya
Dr. Kwabneji at that time nyame fa ne crazy ya
I say hey there are so many ways of killing a cat. Strangely enough, not Chief Justice in Yoruba,
Judge Nawood
omo try compare say or call pensioner or retire so be yina said the course ya Oba no crowd em say why police ni kakra nti na ne eden nti ba just an go zibi omo tata no ngono an ebejai nti eno abesen ye beto abaya not once not twice anytime His Excellency the President benya opportunity to speak about the judiciary oka say Akufo-Addo a party court to advise NDC lawyers to also go on the bench in his view to balance it. Yes sir, Akufo-Addo aban say omu lose power. I don't know how he was thinking say yes sir the omu court
like they want if they want to prosecute
at one
the past government
at one of such meetings with their lawyers wo okan si so say ombe Chief Justice and there's a recording video recording which is available. We could jam me try my phone so or say Omoba Chief Justice ombe Inti said pano ushe baby omo fi eba challenges are and they've always had problems with Ghana Bar Association to the extent that Ward Brew to Bar Association of Ghana wanting to go behind the Bar Association and this is what they are pushing now. They suggested say Bar Association, Ghana Bar Association, DA constitution, yensesa. You know why? Because Ghana Bar Association was institutional representation in some entities in this country. So, for instance, so far Sigas here, Ghana Bar Association was one rep also. Ufa Council of State, Ghana Bar Association, Ufa regional. Judicial service now also and a lot of the entities for good reasons it is CA of Ghana they have representation in some of the entities in my honest view who check the company's actor I insist as part of the subcommittees of most of the state entities, they must have what we call audits and risk committees. And these audit and risk committees, even in addition to SEC regulations, must be chaired by chartered accountants. Even if it is not in their regulations now, in my honest view, I will say all the state entities must have chartered accountants on their board. In addition to that, they must be chairing the subcommittee of audits and risk.
Right.
In much the same way, if even not Ghana Bar Association, lawyers in all boards are must have them. You see, if you do that, and that's why I'm branching a little into governance. If you do that, some conform on we professionals, now they not to audit committee or a chairman, Some conform on we lawyers are. Odo two committees so they are heading remuneration and employment or whatever subcommittee, They are expected to ensure say entities will adhere to corporate governance issues.
Okay.
It is a entity will honor 2 years on prepare account and now on your audited account. That person now here accountant or what's on or no you bet me a charging for not ensuring say company nka bebrebe aye huni mistakes bebrebe nka bebrebe enkoso from where I sat with it is coming back to NDC4 problem with the judiciary historic.
So
you understand?
Are you saying that they just want to take away the chief justice?
Yeah, but develop way president naka say oba obey chief justice okay. Constitution they say constitution e kire say obia petition say yen chief justice na I was a president who forward this petition to Command Council of State. Council of State so is made up of president appointee 16. Maybe I also in your balance as a people no as a process na nya nko of egu ansa Ghana Bar Association for ex or former chief justice former IGP say hwe former ni nyina ma obekwa akohwem no achuzu de be no you know that and it is not peculiar to the NDC MPP say amongst all the former chief justice ubehwem ahwe de okasa obeti
because Madam Sophia Kufu was all over the place. I mean, because of domestic exchange bond issue.
See, for this man to say the fact say former chief justice, former speaker, why do ajao? Former speaker, why? And also, Michael Queen also. Do ajao? Do ajao na also? Do ajao is obey speaker. You who the judgments. Apart from who the judgments, is true NDC person. And if they are on it, what do you want to tell us? So, it is Council of State, so we know who they represent. I can say 96-98% are NDC. We'll be able to challenge. To me a challenge. Now our office now you penny. As for petitions there, uji petitions baby. Until yes, uji petition now what done conveyor belts. Now o de akoma Council of State. Yes, a Council of State no. Omo juma also omo ye no kra. I can come to me yet. Because as we speak now, obi kra so betu actual petition say me you know o de bakwa akoma Council of State. Iti at that process no o ho kwan say obehwe President Akufo-Addo petition ni be by sir. The share na stop stand share kakra no o de call Council of State. Council of State say petition is not weighty enough. And to determine prima facie case, no threshold, no anything. You see, Osha Constitution, because of how important the office of the Chief Justice needs it in, you know, and one share. Because answer na yebeka say ye Chief Justice no. Na wo say yeah asema ewu dupa. Now because of that institution you know. Constitution say yen fancy yen in camera. Because possibility of people bringing frivolous cases against Chief Justice no high. We no be aba say wakoji obi girl wakoye say assuming say in the office of the president they should not behave as if we've all not worked there before. It's never true. Because one kasa they upe they don't tell me say your mama and kasa na throw petition or demand home. Because they all pen na ya trouble no. They are no pen and they are trouble no. Then I say you no engineer. They open no natural brew, and I can know. Say, and yeah, no penny petition about against the Chief Justice. Why did you decide to select this one? And no, Papa, no say constitution when they interest say President Biba no say or Pebibia. Ya throw constitution him say they may penno ya throw bread me fanko. So you will not see that in the constitution, even though the constitution is clear. Eba yam fanko. Who say yeah no say former Chief Justice also. Yes, in the part 31 no. Ono kwa recuse no.
You say yes sir.
What answara? I organize a program about a week ago on this process nenema. So for Akufu say the constitutional provision for the removal of justices and higher superior courts for no unfair. Papa no want no. O say unfair. No creating so no. Yes, yeah, they no one nyina say prima facie case has been established. Onon kwa or your former Chief Justice no. Also we yiri way free. That should tell you something.
Yeah.
Because who to me say former Chief Justice we no or you'll be a support to your buying. I personally, to be fair with her, can also not say on support to your buying.
Baba, chairman, and yet because it be our Chief Justice, no Oshama or Sayo Ba, now Obejinamu be ma be an a judgment be go into removal of a Chief Justice or also your banty
at her level, no,
on your side
or on your bar on your bema. Because to rise through the rank to become Chief Justice, no, in my beba before you, in my beba before you. If you are taking decision based on the fact that you're bad, I bema, me say, yeah, okay. She has risen a beba. So for her to say, me recuse me home, not only ending there, or some call making public statement says our process no, unfair. We are Ghanaian, now you're citizen. It was alarm you.
Oh, okay. All right, my men here in jump is here time no. And we will say good morning, Mr. Ziga. Mr. John Boadu. I'll say good morning to Mr. John Boadu. Please tell him I have missed him a lot. My question is he happy with the current administration of the NPP as compared to his time? My name is Father from Dunkwao, Akwaboso, and Ode Aba. Messages ni bebre aba, but ye move on. We'll say good morning. Mr. John Boadu is not the one rejected by his own party because of his He should give us a break. Okay. Oh no more messages. But chairman, yeah NPP new perspective.
I said last one. John Mama Ghana rejected in the year 2016 by close to 1.6 million votes. This is all support. So as I'm back here, and I mean, yes, say
Nimo college so the aba or also the same thing. Or say, tell Mr. John Boadu, we are solidly behind you like a school bag. Okay. The more Francis messages to be bad for you, but young Chaban, no credit back up, but me casa answer. Oko social media. Say what say ubia post you a picture and as your account once a month. Who read the commentaries now? It's like people love you. People wish that you come back to NPP executive office. Any idea? A lot, and I'm joined to a lot of WhatsApp platforms. We share discussions. It's like people want you back. No credit back up. This is not agenda, not the because say something we say Mecca. It is all over the place. A deity now freeze and for person or samba.
Say very we are here now. I will say a shift to call MPP.
No problem. Because the time.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, we give you one now.
Maybe I should get another time to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm saying the entire me GD say and call for a casano. My dedication towards my work. Because me ye juma me chen yo and bibia me bia no just me se me yem my ye. I spend almost all my time to make sure say there me ye bia no me my ye me ya de so I mean dream nepe me dream the repercussion of their me ye into the future.
Yeah.
So, nti obi oni me aye adwuma bia no ondim how the mistake e bia me ye is also not to look at myself.
Yeah.
And project me ho wonema my because I can tell you in this party this thing about slots say yaba bemu or say a share party for yes sure say they been see that. I mean, I was national youth organizer in 2005 to 2008. When John one slot, so yeah, there will be police there. No, never. It hasn't happened. Me who that time I come here, they been see that. You win hereby. I insisted. Say every constituency must be given the opportunity. The 2017, 2018, COVID no. So can you COVID the bear more America corner? A year we are Inca at the end of our 8 years, we can say in each and every constituency, Nipa 8, if you in addition to what other people can also bring. We will organize a same more school feeding. I say so because this school feeding by 2007 2000. Now me tell man provisai. Me be say akwejuma. Be say 5:30 a.m. Satana traffic or up to one sorry tema to me. Yeah, constituency chairman. No ni na magbogro si di. I'm say now much you here there. So me yes school feeding. Who be man who yes school feeding? Now I say anything. Me say no, dear buyer. Speaking of the president, every Cuban organizer, constituency organizer, and any deputies in Yinara, and the officers are ma constituencies, ne region na yemfa school feeding and more. Yenyi mema no infio. Youth employment, informal youth organizers no. Do you know all the districts? Youth organizer, the deputy. At the regional level, youth organizer and the deputy. Even at the national level, anything I could do, why you know. Chief executive, because he was a regional youth organizer for Ashanti region. Amongst them, some of them remain Greater Accra. They all remain as regional coordinators for YE. NADMO, we say, hey, young farmer organizers. So my regional organizers became regional NADMO coordinators, Tamale, Eastern region. Some of them move on when they became ministers. My regional chairman, deserve somebody ministers, no. Most of them move as ministers. Secretaries, no, yes, Maslock, NHIS, they should be there. I insisted, say, your constitution provides, say, all secretaries, constituent secretaries, regional secretary must be paid, must be given allowance. I make sure it happened. I make sure say party bring resources to run. Now they should not be at the mercy of just their MPs and MMDCs in there. But MMDC is in there, man. Also, almost challenges. Until the moment party becomes at the mercy of them, they can't exert their authority and work. So I work out a program plan every month, right from 2018 to time I be fear them. Every month, constituency be 5,000.
Wow.
Every month.
And a party seeker.
I know your party seeker. Yeah, source within. Until I know you 1,000 secretary. You 500 to run with 3,500. It's at the disposal of the executives. It was instituted. It was instituted for the first time in the year 2020. All constituencies, regions, now we are brand new pickouts for their work. First, in the year, I high car, buy purchase. We are near Gigi, and I use old cars. No. At the regional level, wow, this level, and this guy making a barry constituency, a big region. Depending on the size of the region, 70,000, 80,000, 40,000, every month. Every month. In terms of logistics, depending on the size of the region, 10 cars, 5 cars. For the first time in the history of our party. Or apart from my national chairman, we told Land Cruisers Mobia. And you're buying here. Source the money. You see, me can't name but these things I won't tell you. I can't come on radio and say, into me call election, go for use at the papa now my no crown no use against me. 5,000 on my home. Can I say me and Kamema 10,000? Me and Mema 20,000. Party first, hey, open my 5,000. Uber wait to my 10,000. Hey, not just a meeting wedding. That's a John Boadu any pabone. Me so me to me be church because party you be on I shall be church ma creative problems for you.
But there's upon all these things that you did, one thing and then comfortable cheaper say you didn't allow people to contest some of the appointees and some of the members of parliament now so constituents ni be abre omo na o share do omo one man contest omo no ka would
party your manage party. By 2018, one thing I'm in because I've been national officer of this party for a very long time. My steady NDC for more honey problems between MMDCs and MPs. Over the years, say MMDC person between the sitting member of parliament. They come on from ground farmer. So we're working towards that. My bomb pushy say MMDCs are baby was sitting members of parliament. Some person contest as MPs resign 2 years before the time. And no the peace Kessben. 2020 senka idea man fa niema bi antutu kwama ka 137 ye nya say me be be an contest say they have the right to contest. Don't they have the right to contest? Ubian contest nka obi who the kind of challenges and gebenya towards 2020 elections. Apart from that, constitution prevent General Secretary, National Chairman, and National Treasurer to become members of Parliament or presidents unless they resign. The enemy who say, "Nkofo contest for constituency chairman, wako primaries, we who popularity on the constituency o we are and China do 6 months now. You be to parliamentary, no we jai chairman no abedi wabe contest in the MP." or contest for secretary, no jai secretary, no abe DWA, or contest for treasurer. There are a lot of problems. MPC nya omo asum jekra. So we extended this clause in our constitution at the bar down to the region and the polling and the constituency. So wow pe so odi obeye MP no. Member contest for chairman. Train eduha no have a contest. That also brought a lot of challenge, a lot of peace. Problems and giving towards 2020 no. With this alone no, and also bar from coupled with their year for MMDCs no. Masa, politics na enya grow. Why you very careful? Look, let me tell you. In 2020, you winning. You snatch 17 seats from the NDC. These are seats you winning that.
So
like Amasama, Daboya Mankrago, Yo, Tripon, you winning better check. Karaga, Adesuhaya. So winning seats from 92 young winning be that be winning the year 2020. There may be some reasons in jail to winning. ABNDC for no and your primaries here. ABM candidate Omon Pedon, ABM AUB Fimo Mantia say
independent.
Independent. Then Yama. This are seats 17 now. You win that you win. You don't just throw them to primaries. You just don't do that. These are not safe seats. These are not seats. It's what winning for the first time. Also, look, right after the elections, and I saw 17 seats. I winning for the start. Made almost to a platform so. Many almost every week, determining what their problems are. And now I see to me solve problems. The challenges about 17 seats now. I was all call 10. Yeah, choir registration exercise. Yeah, choir exercise. Yeah, more be 50,000. It's no, the best 50 back on 900. Particularly those who are young ministers. You won't call for omo constituencies. What do we need city? No, be a chief executive. Sit I we need that. Because only a chief executive need to know. Now or spending more sikasing war we are MP no.
Yeah.
As for polling station for there. A year back, we be 1,000, we never 5,000. Me yari am a friend, no, or my 5,000, me call MP, or my 500. Me say. Within a very short time, now, why ye? Me, wow, dynamics at the constituency now. When you say, de okwa, but me winning. Now, yeah, primaries. Near you.
No, or the Nisika Babe Pamwefi one.
It's out of 17, no, a car 3 pe. Eka 3 Karaga Damango and a yo 3. All the others we lost all. Now we have a contest here too. We I say Obi Okra Mion constituency.
Abdulaziz or no.
We've never won. We came close to winning Mion in 2004. 2004. And no mistake be on our part. I am protected ballot 1945. A quarter we always come close. A no tribal dynamics war. Until you be say decision be able to make take was say Sabsuguno and who soon sound so no beka Trepone Saboba Mion Yendi. We lost Yendi. I won't tell you the reason. We lost Yendi in addition to other things. Mion for Kokomba for a war hawk Yendi no affected us. 2020 we lost 49 seats. I'm telling you, out of 49 seats, 32 of them you call primaries. It is only 17 that you call primaries. Out of the 49, you lose and you lose It is never true. There's no scientific basis. And I can mention constituencies you stepping in. Say you also. We've never won this seat before.
Dr. Free.
Right from 1998. No, he was a national officer of the party. Only Amabuzi Amo, Korit Kwashiga, Damboche, Odre Size, Professor Wayo saying this were his contemporaries. Amelite Gomone Nema. Yakodos and Western region, Yakwa, a Sorohono, he is the main person or war.
Yeah.
Or school, or hospital, or hotel. Or he's one of the biggest cocoa farmers there, or workers under him. We've never won since 1992. Now the year 2016, Yamiadom Sanipa now, yeah, the eye of the place now. It's where we sit now, Maya. Now see, I call 2020. Yenya adverse bibian fan ono.
Yamu bi contest fe na
menya obi embe contest no penyimu sa no. Enye contest no na ehu. But nsem ho be keka fa no ho. Uni se kokwe free ne fa fi asen. Odi ene e wasene. Yeah. Ni yiri free krobo. So ni yiri no free krobo no. Also krobo for doso. No, you saw Edinya crop for and then crown for a war of votes.
Took a cancel the fan of
only said, me, mono, in your brim no muffy.
I sing your brim.
Only said, we call the concern, near brim war. Near brim, I was such you also constituency. To such a person, no? Yes, why ye be being so? Money call contest now because no Sasemba fi wa contombra asemba wo bibieni asemba wo swaman asemba wa owina min to me kwa no na me friend oh doc who en wo fie Mr. O hwe the last election bibieni Anyaso constituency oja ho nya problem with our MP on to me call the democrat
me kai
I have to go there with Kwekwe Free, with the state channel. Called try guy part job to about social media and come say
o come shako ye bye
and say you to me the winning seat no afie also be anchor contest so say nko bi also be anchor contest o say me nko bi call contest. We lost the seat.
Yeah, you lose it. Okay. Well, John Boadu is by far better, very proactive, very intelligent, and brave. He should contest for the chairmanship. Al Hassan or Fisunyai and Diaba. We will see Ziga. Why not ask JB how the party is resolved to be able to give these hefty sums of money to constituencies and regionals and all that? We will be so up contact and no maybe I may yamadiama or Ibo Boatin for the Niribehi at the Diaba or say John Boadu should contest. We are solidly behind him. And we will say Mr. I say Miss John. I say Miss John. I don't understand. MS, I don't understand. Okay. I say I'm happy to see you back on the race. My name is Yakubu Medifi Bechem and Ediaba. We so I say, please, can I get his contact? His name is Brian Enoch. I say it will be by my way or the voice note and the buy messages. But quickly, met 12 messages. So by your share, you call the party. Say a time na EBT.
Inti Mesra.
Aye.
Sisia omomo Sisia as executive. Ebia udin komo on air, they will not be able to acknowledge the rationale behind some of these decisions. Yeah. You are now in minority. 49 now Ulusu, NDC 4 retaining 43.
Yes.
17 now we need, you know, and receive for 14. 57. So city is becoming the stronghold of the NDC.
Yeah.
There are constituencies how we need parliamentary, but we lose presidential.
Yeah.
Some constituencies, one share it will go back to the NDC.
Yeah.
Oh, 88. Are you going to throw all of these into hot contests? And what will be the... Because one, NDC about power. Our MP in a constituency of a tribe A. Wafa DC of a tribe B, or I know a Muslim, I know a Christian, I know a way. For instance, to say Ascent Central, I would use that to conclude. MP is a Muslim, and I'm a boy.
Yeah.
DC almost five almost two amano. There's one person, constituency chairman, so a Muslim, and not na. One here na almost the amano. Two was uncle for me or not na. As I a Muslim, DC or MC, MP, you're not na say a Muslim.
As a mobile.
Who confer MP? MPP, who prefer candidate? Also, confer not na Muslim.
Definitely, you don't have to.
Now, between a preko, I
get the idea.
So, in taking a decision for Ascent Central, for instance, now, go for applier. No, be a not a Muslim. If you are minded as a party, you find a way of talking the not Muslim out.
Okay.
Because onuko winia any advantage.
Okay. Or say
ask yourself. Then I have for no me and son in
na
say you lose keke. You be a nomination and sitting members of parliament in your someone contest be. Did you ask yourself?
Adaboni yes.
They didn't. Straight away, no. I was say we can say enjoy primaries no.
Okay.
Now call behind the scenes and deal.
I say I tell John Boadu I'm a Wahine champion from Kintampo North solely behind him, and I'm also to contest deputy secretary for the constituency. Okay, well, say my name is Chairman Otin. I'm for chairman. I need Mr. Boadu's number. Okay. Oh no. Good morning, Mr. Host. I'm Echo, the Suso of Boadu Justifies in the Central Region. In fact, I'm impressed with Mr. John Boadu. I support his candidature as national chairman. I need his contact. Hey, it will be a per contact. Okay, please. I need his number. I'm Prince. You are not the now. What was now? What did you contact? Na we also Ziga. Also say Ziga. We need the thinker man, Claudia Renelli, John Boadu. Now we modie chia. Oh, Mr. Don't use the word chia. Okay. Well, say I like John Boadu the way he was handling the party when he was secretary. I need his number. Hey, where the message that the 50 FEA. I will take my time. Please, Ziga, I want him to be my mentor. Okay, away from where the flame iPhones and or do we say Abba messages doso papa bright the message be Abba and then me read the better one. Please tell Mr. Boadu political arena each and every party normally do want we suit the party. He's okay. The material can I say? Okay, we also say my good morning. Say my greatest regards to incoming national chairman, Mr. John Boadu. Now I have got to know who John is, and I'm ready to die for him. In fact, he has made my day with regards to his dynamics and strategies. From Honorable D.D. Ekunfi, your contact is needed. Thanks. Okay, so I'll take my time and read more messages. Now, the thank you to Chairman. Baby, I be doing dear. I reversed the progress of the party, and it has pushed the party into the mud.
That's so to say.
And we are not the associate. A lot of course, Ebase Abronye DC should be suspended. If like you are a regular chairman, will you move for that? And the amnesty and Kofi and granted amnesty in Famomo, the suspended ones. Omo says Sami Crabonum and ye now on your more on do pija party, but Omo ye suspended or more and it's a now. Can you now boom mammy now? You're to apple.
Thank you, Tono. You see, sometimes no, yeah, dear. If you are open, Papa Bebre, I say. So, open, Papa Bebre. As of some quiet, the Bebre, and Chin Bebre, Guma, ever say. We tea, so Mammy find City Bebre, Gum, and then and all that. Thank you, Tos, I hear in this party after elections. No. Yet, and for all aspirants and Kaunkoye. And most often, it is a parliamentary candidate our call election will win and I will lose. Oh, lose election, also, thank you to her. Obebo party na mane na party na yini pa ba community di na china nko thank you in order to control party no na otumi nyane no adom ase de obekeka no aka on fa obi on ne contest election primaries no embe di na china we kasa na we zo akasa a recipe for disaster. You understand?
But said Dr. Baumiana na requested for that.
Change. I may that's why sometimes you can't be speaking all the time. But I say, yeah, we can say we no be trabibiki to be. Shense mama kika wa hanyi na yo. There be no yin obi a. But we can be big kakre bi na no ne ye twa.
Producers.
Na ye de
producers ye be twapa.
Na ye de akoto. Me wa asema obi say o say me answer.
Go ahead.
Ushe sibia ye beto National Council name. Said the leadership of the party ene Baumia thank you Tono at the National Council because of the way it was presented, National Council felt say one shot because it is leadership of the party na yedi Baumia kahono one shot other aspirants Beijing say leadership of the party no support to Baumia. You understand? And giving Baumia a lead start.
Yeah.
In the wisdom of the National Council, no. Omuka say sad yeah. We invite other aspirants, no, and come. That is exactly what happened.
Oh, I see.
You understand? And people say yes, Baumia so can say omumbe count because we later realized he was fully sponsoring the entire process.
Oh, I see.
Yes. You understand? It mean I may fully sponsor. Now me say me thank you to me party for now say M4 being count. So I'm paying some to infant.
Yes.
But practically, as I saw it, and from history, 2021, you talk about 2020. Thank you to yene ananado anko. Nanado so wo ma no ayene listening to. Onu pontu me nko no say. So, we call every month be in his presidency no decided say every month be obeko one region. As part of listening and thanking the people. You understand? It way was a novelty. But from what I saw in Western region, what I heard in Western North and in Ahafo. No, I'm sure the air corner one share and Papa. So I quickly said, no more be do brown Ahafo near Sano. To be best saying call. Nanka me call a bombardier do the omoye or breakum no. Unfortunately, me do. Asante region me jira meetings kakra ti me ko do sunyane no na chese me ntumi enko to program no e wo brekum ene said the see me do sunyane omo a e wo say particularly Kennedy Pon and former vice president Baumia between omodi nkomo particularly about the narrative, no?
Yeah.
The be of follow be from Sunyane, Eba Ashanti region, Besine no narrative na asasa. Narrative no asasa entirely. But I'm said they see initially, you know, ye ba Kumasi no ye ba Ashanti region starting wa Buakwa ye ba Bantama no na afei no baby ane aircon no yanhwe yanke be west because do baby a for instance at Bantama no can the students be can go for DB ebaya na omo be sama boy only students so why how kasa crowd be disrupt to ni nipa kasa because your friend can be kasa no ojira over 7 8 10 minutes
no more
volume jamai so continue for na wa be famia me mbonyo no na me yede so you can imagine what it is. Until the following day no that year started wa asokwa adanse asokwa ni aba be kwae men ka say dey see na eye but timely because I can hear whispers say yes we are organize it until you can imagine if they see here no and see now Ken so took a decision I agreed with him say baby do no na tension no e kosoro do the presence no so no say okaso wo a
big creative
problem for him to accept or decide to withdraw no me did this year anopa no I did not advise him not to withdraw. I thought that it was timely. And man sang kebi and kamonte as papa going forward. The way it was building up. So I think this is a lesson for all of us in taking some of these decisions.
We have to do the part 2 of this. This month, we have to do the part 2 of because questions now banu dosun, lipepo contact dosun, any idea because next thing NPP how you lost the elections and all that. But mama 2 minutes, mama 2 minutes. Your clients be
amnesty this
mama 2 minutes. Pas clear.
I'll just concentrate on and when I for at some point we share Sami Crab Afoko and a Kobra Japona. At some point a steering committee President Kasane raised the issue and say, oh, you two are by year 2020. Kobra Japan edi moa ye campaign in the amount and I walk around. And even before then back around, he called and informed me, say, this is a decision he has taken. I knew that he may have spoken, but he need to inform the party as well.
Yeah.
Because we are not what suspension suspension. No? So do a chinamo call runner. I don't think it's right.
It's right. Yeah.
You understand? So after the election, no, that thing was raised. You raised it and you know what National Steering Committee, National Executive, can send outside, no. Sabi ye dream answer ye the suggestion aba and say ya dream ho yeah nke no you better answer question when it was moved say yema Kobra Japan yen lift Kobra Japan suspension. I raised the point say Ghana how po tribal issues no very important. Kobra Japan Ashanti Sami Crab Nkreni Afoko not now. For Sami Crab, no, he was second vice chairperson. The term of office ni wa only residual privilege biya biom or a former second vice chairman. There's no need to lift any suspension.
So
umudada. And until 2022, Obe contested as national chairman. It is again lifting suspension. We did not even lift any suspension. We need to lift suspension. Residual privilege because of the opposition. We are general secretary, here national chairman. You are automatic member of the national executive and national council. Uko meetings, no. If you are under suspension, what you cause our meetings no? Until now say you left. Just for Sami Crab put their name count. But move say Sa conform me no. Yama omwa applying famra. Say must suspend here based on XYZ. Every cry any more disagree, but that's what National Council said. That's what National Executive said. No one say a lifting suspension omope. Quite is possible so about lifting suspension. No, say move on because as so government party ni bi o.
To say
you understand? I insisted. Corporate Japan wrote a letter indicating say a suspended over a period of time.
I remember that.
Why Niema, even when he was not the general secretary or under suspension or support two constituencies during 2020 only President Akufo-Addo around based on that Ofili say in addition to even that was serving a term so we in lifted suspension. We received this, we discussed, we went to National Executive. No, you have National Council because National Executive suspended one appeal to National Council.
Okay.
Yeah, BBA reason so. But you must have, you see, you must have it here. And so which may I guide. The National Executive raised here. National Executive accepted. National, we only inform National Council. But on the issue of Afokuno, on true BBA my. Ono or appeal to National Council. Not National Council affirm the National Executive or court. My court so affirm to the extent said National Court to grass in a membership as a party person. You understand? Iti sir, as we speak now, Otroba, I'm a member of this party. I've been national chairman. Niema B. Ankoye Niema. I was suspended. If you listen my service suspension, I checked almost 10 years. Can lift it. Now my residual privilege as former national chairman mean to me exerciser. It comes before the national executive. It comes before national council.
Hey, chairman, for Philupa.
Then we discuss. Discuss here. That is how the process is. What my system is sir. Quebec say we are Santinoma lifting a suspension. We are not nano. You understand? But go for outside there. Hey, if you want to say, oh, John Boadu class may lift suspension. No.
Okay. Yeah, chairman. Miss Roa, yeah, Benaso, but Hemia, yeah, host to 1 hour 30 minutes. Now, we care 3 hours. I said, we have to do part 2. So, part 2 here, me na bewo floor, me questions. We go another. It looks like now you new class you bisa question be why adwuma ni na enko for do pa messages wa but we try number the amount because mess obi a per number it could be that they are all delegates near but catch just yes or no. Do you wish say the Alan Chabate Besaba NPP the Alan Besaba
sisi Alan seven I say ofase anti-crew process now so contested for flag bearer after super delegates conference no saying in engineer BT Uncle Bion first one sir no kind Uncle Bion now later also have a press conference
you know who party
yes in my honest view between in Akasa behind the scenes
good
this why express because want to me sit here no want to gas a bra party him because pamon on the film I want to believe say, and I've said this over and over again say we should go forth to say attack Kennedy Nyahota Makro onu kwa de na saying the abeka no krama me view about him no as a sakakra Dr. Mwakuba no money man. Only said they have an option to leave this party. The fact say omunfi party mu na de bia no omo
like I be becoming host
of the party. Fault of the party omo beka no. Just omo that so the party no. There are people that if proper gestures are made to them, near tnase, ye tie Because it is not the any reason here, no. There may be other reasons beyond the purview of all of us. See, because we'll be pissing in from outside. It's irritating.
Yeah, it's true.
You understand? Because Bisa say in 2 patches at Kennedy, and this is for your idea and yada. And now MPP for so nya idea. No, your idea papada.
My idea papada.
So it is something I mean GD say we can still look at it. The fact say joining any other party. They love the party, I should think so. Okay. They really
love the party. Trust me, ko baby na menemu no ne wie show ne ya wi ansa na ye de enkomo ne beba na wie ba de trust me